It's time to answer all of the questions that you guys sent me. My first Q&A. So let's just jump in because this might be a long one. If there's any like super good questions that like, there's any that I actually think is a legitimate good video topic, I'm gonna make those into entire videos. Yeah! As you can see, I am pulling up my Twitter right now to look at your responses. Twitter first. The first question comes from Dr. Blick. Do you remember me, and what other anime do you watch or have seen? I've seen a lot of anime, so I'm not gonna give you the whole list. I guess to just name the more popular ones. These are the mainstream generic ones. Yeah, I don't only watch mainstream generic ones. I'm not that much of a loser. But Death Note I've obviously seen, Gurren Lagann, Attack on Titan. There's a lot of anime that Naruto I'm all caught up on anime-wise. I'm not caught up on the manga, but I played Naruto, the newest game that came out. That kind of told me the ending, so I know what's gonna happen. Because you know the anime was taking so long, so I was like, fuck it. I've seen many more. Like that's very much short selling the list, but this would be a very long Q&A. I've seen a lot of anime. Ryan asks, what do you use to edit and how are your edits so nice and crisp? First of all, thanks, I appreciate that. I actually use Sony Vegas Pro 13. I think it's that one. I know how to use other editing softwares, but that's the one I've been using the longest. I taught myself how to edit through AMVs, and you know, I guess if you've seen some of my best AMVs, you see how intense they are and like how editing intensive they look. So doing videos like this is very easy for me because of what I've done in the past. I can actually do a bit more than what I've displayed, but it would take a lot of time, and time isn't something that I always have. Who/which YouTubers, if any, are your biggest motivations/inspirations? I honestly don't have an inspiring or motivating YouTuber that I follow. When I made AMVs, that question could get iffy because like, you know, I had like, there was this guy DBZ33Q, there was Evil Vegito 1 like back when I first started. That's AMV stuff, so that was like to push me to make better AMVs. But in terms of this channel, no one, it was me. Like I inspired myself, I wanted to do something, I wanted to try something new. Here we are. Zach asks, what do you believe is the biggest mistake Toriyama has made with any of the Dragon Ball series/media? I don't know, that's not really easy to answer. I'd have to like really sit down and think about that one. I would say, I can't think, I guess, there's like little plot holes, like little inconsistencies. Power scaling isn't really clear, or there's a lot of vague things that we just are left to interpret. Stuff like that, I guess, but there's no, I mean, the series is doing phenomenally well. It's still one of the most popular anime on the planet, if not the. And so, I mean, you can't really knock Toriyama and say that there was any gargantuan mistake. I mean, there was mistakes, but there's nothing too off-putting, obviously. You see how well the series is doing. Monster Lucario asks, when did you start saying "Wah!" and what does it represent/mean? All right, there's actually a funny story on this. If you go to like, I don't know, my third video or something, or like, it's a really early video. It was the first wabam I had, and like, I didn't plan it. Like, I recorded, and I was like, you know, it was before I had the green screen and stuff, and like, I was walking around, I was recording myself, and then I made this whole video, I forgot what it was about, and I didn't like it. I was like, oh, I didn't look like I had enough energy, I need to get hyped, I need to like, pump myself up, like, all right, we're gonna do this again. I hit record, and I was just like, whoa, bam! And then like, I just started, and that was just kind of like to, you know, put me, it's like a psychological thing. Like I put myself on that like energetic level, like, you know, fuck whatever, however my day went, whatever. Just started off with a bang, all that intensity, emotion, and just be myself. After that video, I remember people were like, where's the wabam? Like if I had any other videos without the wabam. So like it just became a thing, and now it's my intro, and the rest is history. Jack Frost, cool guy actually on Twitter, very supportive, asks, do you remember me and how is your manga doing? Can you draw, spoiler alert, manga thing. How will you make it? Will you go to Japan? I have more questions, question mark. Not something I want to answer on this video. The manga thing, don't overanalyze things, people who are watching this video. There's a project that I've been working on for a very long time. It's not just a manga, it was a very big story that I've been working on for a long time. Everything right now is confidential, and that's just for me. There's reasons for it because it's like a huge story. I've been working on it for years, in depth, and I was considering turning an adaptation of the story into a manga / comic kind of thing. He asked if I could draw. I mean, being able to draw is a matter of opinion. Like, you know, I might be really good to some people, I might be really bad to others. I draw how I want to draw. It's good to me. Like, I'm okay with it. It's my style. Like, you know, there's no good or bad. That's too black and white, but thanks for your question. Geekdom 101 asks, why is this Q&A so shitty? My response to you, Geekdom, look at me. I couldn't think of anything fast enough. I don't know, it's shitty. Oh, I know why. What's it? Green screen made this Q&A shitty, just for you. Dodrick Burst, sorry if I said your name wrong, asks, how do you manage to upload videos during the week? Are you busy most of the time? Always busy. If you might be a newer subscriber, but I went through I'm talking 12-hour days. I don't want to tell the whole story again. This was when things were really crazy. They're not this crazy right now. Going to work at 8 a.m., get off at 9:30 p.m., and still trying to post videos. Not easy. So very busy. Right now my schedule isn't that crazy, but it's a seasonal thing, so it's gonna get crazy again eventually. I'm busy, but I'm determined, so I'm not gonna let, you know, if I want something to happen, if I want to make something, if I want to bring you guys videos and make you guys, like, I don't know, smile or laugh, even if it's just for like a few seconds in the day, I'm gonna do it. Dan DeFrank asks, do you eat kumquat? Don't know what that is. Goodnight Moon asks, why are you a Cleveland Cavaliers fan? I'm not! Fuck them! Just kidding, I don't hate them. I'm a Heat fan. So that's gonna be a hopefully competitor in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm a huge basketball, my NBA Heat guy, that's me. Ryoma the Bullet asks, what kind of job do you have besides YouTube, and are you the type of person that caters to bullshit, or do you deal with it? The kind of job that I do besides YouTube isn't my job. Without going into detail, I haven't made a penny off of YouTube ever in my life. Yeah, but what's my job outside of YouTube? I don't want to go into detail on this, and there's reasons for that. Maybe I'll explain someday why there's reasons, but I work for a video game developing company. My role isn't extremely special. Like, it's not gonna be something that'll be like, oh my God, that's, you know, it's a cool job. I love my job, but it's, you know, I work for a video game development company. Foot Senpai asks, would you let Bulma fist your anus for 5% of her wealth? 5% of her wealth? Do you see what she has? She owns, like, she's made spaceships, 5% of her wealth. And her hands don't look that threatening. I wouldn't enjoy it, but 5% of her wealth, that's a lifetime of happiness for a few minutes of despair. Skeptic Realm asks, how do you not get embarrassed when doing some of your vids? Like the Majin Vegetables one. I think spell check meant Vegeta. Or eating like Goku. You just have to not give a fuck. Like, I walked into the situation knowing that I was never gonna see these people again in my life, you know, and I've always been the kind of person where I honestly, I do, like, I'm not crazy, I'm not gonna, you know, do something that gets me in jail, but in general, I do what I want. Like, life's too short not to just do things and have fun and experiment with things. It's fun to feel embarrassed sometimes, like, I don't know why people are so like caught up in like this, like, oh, I need to like meet the social standards and social criterias of like fitting in and stuff, but that's not living. You're living somebody else's perception of what life should be instead of just having fun and living and enjoying every moment for what it is. So with that in mind, I can do shit like that. Like, I can walk up to random people, you know, it's life. Like, these are just other people just like me. I'm just having fun. They end up having fun, at least when I tell them it was a prank at the end. And the looks that they give me are funny, like, I don't mind. How long have you been doing YouTube? Good question. So I've had I've had a lot of channels for different shit. I only went hard on 3. This one, obviously, X Elite Vegeta X, which I opened that account in 2009. And the only reason I opened that account in 2009 is because the account I had before got hacked. And I do remember the username, but I'm not even gonna tell you guys. but because it's closed, there's no point. But the account I had before, X Elite Vegeta X, I don't know when I opened. It might have been like in 2007. So almost a decade I've been doing YouTube. But this channel I created in 2012, but I didn't start actively using it until a few months ago when you guys, well, like, you know, late last year. So this channel looks like it'll say date joined 2012, but I didn't start using it until late 2015. Who are you rooting for in the NBA playoffs? This is Gilligith is asking this. Who do you think is gonna win it? Love your creativity. By the way, I want the Cavs to win. As I touched on before, I want the Heat to win. I want them to beat the Cavs. They're gonna do that promotional thing where it's gonna be Dwayne Wade versus LeBron James, and it's gonna be like, oh my goodness, they were once teammates and now they're enemies. I can see it already. But that's only if the Heat get past the Raptors, which I hope they do. I want the Heat to win. And thanks for the compliment. Bunao asks, do you like my profile picture?
I'll tell you what, I love your profile picture.
Cyber Rappy asks, on episode 40 of Dragon Ball Super, Hit appeared to be frightened by Champa. Do you think Champa is stronger than Hit? Yes, Champa is most likely stronger than Hit. I don't know by how much, but I'm pretty sure Champa's stronger. Hit, yes, he's been alive for 1,000 years. And I know age doesn't matter, but Champa's been around for millions of years. And I don't think Hit would be strong enough to beat Champa. I think Hit could put up a fight against Champa, but I think if Champa went all out, Hit won't win that fight. Champa would beat him too fast. Jewel, thanks for your support on Twitter, by the way, Jewel. I noticed support, guys. Constant comments, constant Twitter support, shit like that. I will remember you. Jewel asks, what's your favorite color? Very simple. I like, well, I don't know if black's technically a color, and that seems like such an emo, like, dark answer, but I don't know. I really like the color black. Like, it's I don't know. Black, it's just so simple, but like so powerful at the same time. I don't know. Black and also red. I love the color red. And I'm a Heat fan, would you look at that. Enlightened asks, do you watch any other anime? Already answered that. If so, what's your favorite? My favorite is Gurren Lagann. Well, no, between Gurren Lagann and Dragon Ball. See, Dragon Ball has that nostalgic factor, because he's asking favorite. Remember, these are like my favorite, not the best. I know these aren't the best. Gurren Lagann had a certain effect on me due to certain reasons. I have brothers and like we've gone through certain things that somewhat correlate with Gurren Lagann. I mean, not near, I mean, we don't have fucking mech suits and shit, but Gurren Lagann and then Dragon Ball obviously was my first anime, and it's just like, it's still a part of my life. I mean, look at my fucking YouTube, like, yeah. Between those two. Victor Cruz asks, Rihanna or Vados if Rihanna liked DBZ? Vados. Because not only would I get Vados, but she could train me, and like, she has all these powers. Rihanna's cool, but you know, Vados is life. Roboco-oid asks, who would win in a fight? Normal Spopovich versus Buff Master Roshi. That's actually not that easy to answer, because the only display of strength I saw from Spopovich is beating Videl. And Videl isn't that good. You know, compared to the other Z fighters. She's not that strong. She's a strong human, but that's it. Videl, you know, Spopovich beat Videl, but Videl like managed to kick his head around, and if he wasn't Majin, he might have lost to Videl. And I didn't see any sort of key control from Spopovich. So, with that said, I'm actually gonna give the edge to Master Roshi, because I saw Master Roshi. He can shoot the Kamehameha. He can blow up the... Did he blow up the moon? Didn't he blow up the moon too? Fact check me, but he's shown a lot more power than Spopovich ever did. So I'm gonna go with Master Roshi just by what we've seen. Jason Brownlee asks, hey Deion, big fan of your X Elite Vegeta and SeeReax channel, thank you. My question is, what is your favorite DBZ game? Love your videos, bro. I don't have one, honestly. It comes in phases, like, when Budokai 3 was out, that was my favorite. When Infinite World came out, that was my favorite. When Tenkaichi 3 came out, that became my favorite. When Xenoverse came out, that became my favorite. It just depends, like sometimes I'm in the mood for one game, sometimes I'm in the mood for a different game. I'd say lately it's been Xenoverse, so we'll go with that for now, but all time, I'd have to really sit down and analyze that. Can you go Super Wabam 4, or maybe even God? You'll see one day. Higgs asks, I forgot there was a thread, but I added you. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not, I can't. I'm recording now, I can't just go to your, I have limited SD card space, guy. Sorry, Higgs, you gotta reply to the thread. No disrespect, it's all love. Mr. Luigi Gamer 15 says, favorite video game character? Not easy. Link or Kratos for different reasons. I'll say Link or Kratos. Have you ever had a girlfriend that actually liked Dragon Ball Z? Yes. Have you ever said wabam during sex right before you climax? This is from Legendary Negro Saiyan. No, but now I have goals, and if shit doesn't go right with YouTube, you can find me on Pornhub, and I'll be the wabam master or some shit. That's a joke. Don't look for me on Pornhub. I'm not there. Young Honcho asks, I know you love Dragon Ball, like a shit ton, but other than that, what are your favorite TV shows to watch or games to play? Favorite TV shows to watch? Lately, honestly, literally since I moved out to Vegas, which was last year, I have only watched NBA basketball and Dragon Ball stuff. Favorite TV shows to watch? TV shows, strictly TV shows. I want to get into Game of Thrones, but I just haven't done it yet. I haven't seen any Game of Thrones, I haven't seen any Walking Dead, I haven't seen any Breaking Bad. All of these I know are extremely good shows, but I've always been like, oh, there's a hype train on this show? Nah, I'll pass. I wanna watch it eventually. I don't know. I really like, this is an oldie. I don't know if it would date myself, but like, I really enjoyed King of Queens. King of Queens was my shit. I guess if you include like sitcoms, animated sitcoms, I like Family Guy, South Park, all those shows. Other shit too. But I really like King of Queens, That 70s Show, and some other shit. David Goliath asks, what's your job, man? I don't like saying the N-word. He has the N-word on here, and like, fuck it. What's your job, my nigga? Or do you do YouTube full time? I don't do YouTube full time, and I work for a game development company. Now I'm pulling up the YouTube questions. It's gonna be a long video. Now there's a lot of YouTube questions, and like I said, not gonna be able to get to all of them. Evan Robertson asks, what's your favorite AMV made by me? All right, two answers. The ones I worked the hardest on, like I like every second, like I really was paying attention, like and really trying, would be Elevated. There were some sloppy parts because by the end, you know, if anyone's edited an AMV, once you get to that last push where it's like just final touches and like filling in small gaps, it's like you just want to get it done. So there was rushed parts in Elevated. You may or may not notice them. Some like really good editors notice them, but fuck it, I just wanted to get the video up. Elevated I worked the hardest on, as well as This War Is Ours. But then my personal favorites, the ones that I guess I enjoyed the most from myself, I liked Vengeance from myself. I like Developments, it's my most popular one, and Citizen Soldiers. I feel like a lot of artists don't like to say they enjoy their work, or at least they don't like to compliment themselves, and that's natural, you know, you want to come off as humble, and it's not an arrogant thing, but you know, you have to be proud of what you produce, especially when you're putting hours and hours into them, but I'd say those, I guess. Killer Hacking asks, what game studio do you work for? Looking into the same field, just curious. I won't specify the specific company, but you looking into the same field, if you wanted any advice, persistence. Without telling a massive story, I applied to 40 different places around the entire country. I called each place like once every like week until they, I essentially wouldn't stop until somebody gave me a chance, an interview, and then I went there and the rest is history. Somebody's asking what my ethnicity is, what country am I from? I'm an American, I'm from here, I'm half white and I'm half black. On my white side, I believe it's like Greek and German, some type of thing on the white side, and then on the black side, black. And it's because of the whole slavery thing, so I can't trace back the specific African country, you know, that whole ordeal. Do you think the original Super Saiyan God will be introduced in Super? I don't think so. Do you hate or dislike Dragon Ball GT? So there's no option to like. I dislike it, I don't hate it. I like some of the character designs and concepts and like potential, but I don't really enjoy the series. SG Edits asks, I've asked this so many times, are you going to release your Gohan plus Japan song AMV anytime soon? I think I'm actually gonna cancel that. I'm sorry. I just don't have the time. And plus, the bigger reason is copyright with those type of songs are super intense. So I don't think so, sorry. X Dark Saiyan X asks, why are you so awesome? No, but you are awesome, bro. Thank you. My question is, do you think DBS is going to be as long of a series as DBZ? Keep up the amazing videos, man. Thanks again. And no, it's not gonna be as long as DBZ, I don't think. We might hit 100 episodes, but I don't see it going further than that. I just don't, that's just my guess. It could, but if I had to guess, I wouldn't think it is. What is your favorite moment from a villain in all of Dragon Ball? When Frieza impaled Krillin with his horn in his second form. Just brutal. I loved it. Will you ever find someone who's watched the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super? I would like to believe I will. I'm gonna start going to like nerdier locations, because right now I've just literally gone to the strip in Vegas, and just go up to random people. Absolutely random people. Usually they haven't seen it. I mean, they're just random people. But if I go to like a con, or if I go to like a fucking comic book spot, or I don't know, like maybe I'll have higher chances there. Who is your DBZ waifu? DBZ waifu. See, if it was Dragon Ball Super waifu, you already know, Vados. DBZ waifu, I don't know. Fuck. Vados was still alive. She just wasn't in DBZ, so I'm just gonna say Vados. I'm loyal. Will you ever post videos that are not so related to Dragon Ball, like vlogs, pranks, stories, etc.? Yes. Eventually. Sean Schemmel or Masako Nazawa? I like Sean, but I respect the fuck out of Masako Nazawa. How old are you, and what is your favorite anime besides Dragon Ball? I am 21, and my favorite anime besides Dragon Ball is Gurren Lagann. Do you watch hentai? No, that doesn't mean I don't watch anything, I just don't watch hentai. How did you originally get into making AMVs? All right, this is gonna be a longer story that I'll answer another time. Good question, but there's actually like a pretty cool thing that happened. Well, not cool, but it was actually kind of a sad thing, but you know, it obviously turned into what my AMVs are now, so. Marcour12 asks if I will turn gay for him. No, but I appreciate the offer. It's actually funny, there was 2 other questions in my YouTube comment section that actually made me like, am I coming off a certain way? Like, I don't know, I had like 3 questions of people asking if I was gay. I laugh at it because it's funny, but no. I thought me suiting up like an old man and hitting on women for a video might have kind of expressed my feelings towards women, because Master Broshi is how we all feel inside when we see girls, when we see ladies. Ladies. This is gonna be the last question, all right? Dark Saiyan 13, this is actually Cooper. I know him, he made AMVs. X Dark Saiyan 13 asks, when you graduated high school, did you have any idea how your life would be? If so, is it much different now than your original idea? It's very different from my original idea. Dude, I had no idea what I wanted to do after high school. Like, I didn't. Even my senior year, even after I finished high school, I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? And, you know, I thought of different ideas like, oh, I'll do something practical, like work at a bank. Or, oh, I'll, you know, get my degree in computer science and, you know, I could program stuff because, you know, they make good money, right? But it ultimately came down to, you know, I was pursuing these things. I was in school and I was majoring in, I think it was computer science. And then I just woke up one day and I realized it wasn't really what I wanted to do. So it's one of these, like, life is trial and error, and it's like you try things and then you see how you feel about it. And ultimately what it came down to is I knew I didn't want to be one of many. I didn't want to be like a cog in a machine. I didn't want to just be like, you know, I don't know. I just didn't want to be what I felt to be basic, and everyone's perception of basic is different. But I wanted to do something I love to do. And that's why I was like, you know, I need to go for it. You live one time, I'm young now. It's the time for me to try shit. And like, if I fail, then so what? I can get up and I can try it again. I don't have any responsibility, any like super big responsibilities, like a family at this moment in time. So that's the time, this is like the experimental phase. Like, don't get trapped by college. I'm not saying don't go to college, but I left school to pursue what I really wanted to do, and it's worked out. And, you know, that's not knocking people who go to school, but it's not for everybody. And ultimately what I want to do is I want to be my own boss. And I'm not saying that's going to be via YouTube, because like I said, when I briefly mentioned my other story thing that I've been putting together, I have many, many ideas. And ultimately, like, I just want to live life to the fullest. So try things. If I think you're asking this because you're about to graduate high school, just try things. Don't be afraid to fail, because failure is necessary to reach success. And that's what a lot of people, like, people fail and then they stop. failing is being pushed forward even further because it motivates the hell out of me. Because if I lose, I'm gonna get stronger and I'm gonna get better. Maybe that's the legendary Brown saying to me talking, but I don't know. Try things. It's very different. I thought I was gonna just end up being like, I don't know, sitting in a cubicle, but I ended up pursuing what I wanted to do and really trying. I moved to a different state, super risky move. This is a story for another time. Ultimately, it worked out and opportunities are still opening up and I'm gonna make them keep opening up until I'm completely happy and satisfied with life, and that's what you should do. Thank you so much for watching this Q&A. Got a little bit deep at the end. This is a long one. If you watched the whole thing, please leave a like. I appreciate you all stopping by. I will get to the other questions in a different Q&A. I'll just answer the ones that I didn't answer yet. I'll go from the bottom up or something. If I didn't get to you, I apologize. As you can see, look how long this fucking video is. I didn't think I'd get this many questions, but thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.